Hey everyone, I'm back. And in the background you can hear Racket Ralph because a little kid of mine is cracking the poops. So if you hear a little bit of a cry, it's because she wants Frozen, but Mummy says no. So that way she can give other movies a go, and while I'm doing that, I'm feeding my wonderful son. Now, back to what I was saying before. My life isn't so simple. I chose to leave home at the age of 15. I was told by a family member, I'm not going to mention names because I still love my family, even when some of them can be quite dicks. One of them told me that if I kept staying at home, which he knew he thought that I was going to, that I was going to turn out like them. Drop out of school early, get pregnant at the age of 16, and pretty much bugger up my whole life. Well, clearly that is not the case. I left. 15, I was just like, bugger it. Let's prove them wrong. So I didn't drop out of school. In fact, thankfully to one particular teacher that helped me throughout the whole process of high school, I was actually able to finish high school. And thanks to that teacher, they helped me get into uni, which was great. So I'm very, very appreciative. And now thanks to that, I am now wanting to be a teacher as well, because a social worker only jumps in when things have just started happening. But a teacher, they have a chance to identify it before it gets bad, before anything happens. So I don't want that to happen to anyone at all. I didn't want to move around from place to place. I want to live in a steady home. I have hopes and dreams. And unfortunately, some of those hopes and dreams have been broken because I wanted them with someone in particular. Not now, but I'll get to that later. So, unfortunately, all of my life, things have gotten complicated. High school was bad because I left home and I was moving from house to house. I even went into the youth government housing for a short time, like a very, very short time, and then I managed to get into a commission housing, which again was really bad. Let's see. The first house I went into, I was charged $500 on a phone bill that I did not use. And unfortunately, I didn't have the balls to say anything. And I didn't even have the balls to say anything when there was no arrangement of... When I finally got onto Centrelink, I was told that I would only have to chuck him some money for for the food and maybe some electricity and stuff, but no, I was there for about 4 weeks, and I finally got my pay, and I got $1,500 back pay, which was great. And they took the whole thing. I don't even know if the other family members knew about that, but they took the whole thing. I was completely broke. Like, that was my whole back pay, and then I had to wait 2 weeks. So that's one house. The second house, they wanted me to move away from there, which was great and fine, and that's what happened. I moved away, and I lived with them, because they're lovely. But unfortunately, they got approved and accepted to go overseas and, you know, do what they wanted to do, which is fine. It's just I had to find somewhere else to go. Now, unfortunately, in the third place, I messed myself up. I can admit to that. I messed up. I was told that I was not allowed to date their son, and what did I do? I did. Of course I did. I was like 16, I can do what I want stage, you know, I'm already out of home, whatever. We could do this secretly anyway, you know. But, you know, 16, you don't really have a lot of experience sneaking around if you haven't done it. So we got caught out after a while. They suspected for a long time, but we got caught out, and things went sour because of certain events. Basically, he and I were each other's first, and in the house too, so it was not the right thing to do. It was stupid. But, you know what happened? So I had to move out. That's totally fine. I did. I ended up being in a bungalow and didn't really give the person enough chance to say, hey, yeah, you can have the bungalow. No, instead I had my suitcases already packed and ready to go. So yeah, that happened. Unfortunately, the guy and I broke up. We did eventually get back together, and that's a whole nother story. So I was in that bungalow for a long time. I felt watched and judged a lot of the time. And from there, you know, I was dating a nice guy and I took him for granted, and I feel like I went a bit too fast with dating him because I knew he liked me and I kind of liked him, but I was just like, oh, I just got over this guy and I'm vulnerable and I just want to do something and like to do with relationships. And yeah, this is my son too, by the way. Say hello. Hello. Oh, and he just chucked all over me. That is wonderful. Ow, ow, ow. Unfortunately, that just cuts our time a bit short. I'm gonna have to... Hold on, honey. I'm gonna have to clean myself up and clean him up. So I'll see you guys in the next part.